Okay, so let's talk about Bitcoin and the underlying stocks for Bitcoin. Uh, this is a huge move. Bitcoin just a year ago it was at 10,000, and then just at October, November, even in January when new at the beginning of the year was around 20,000. It's now trading at 62,500. Yet we'll see that a lot they've had big moves. There's no doubt, but not maybe commensurate with the strength of Bitcoin itself. This could be, this is wave one, maybe two, wave three, four, wave five, fifth wave consolidation in here, now breaking out again. And there's a lot of pundits are saying, Bitcoin 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. I don't really understand Bitcoin. I know what it is. I know how it works. I know about blockchain, and its supply and demand. But what is the value of Bitcoin? Like, why is Bitcoin at 62,500 other than speculation? You can't use it for anything. You can, a few companies will take it, but there's no store of value, which a lot of the Bitcoin fanatics claim it to be. If this was a store of value, people would have this, 10% of this as their portfolio, 15%. But most people, if they have 1%, that would be a lot, or 2%, in the hedge funds and such, because it is just too volatile. It's too crazy. And then there's all these other ones, the Ethereum now 2,500, it also has had a big move. Same thing from $500 to $2,500 now, up fivefold. And then there's all these little ones. I think there's 30 different coins now. This one has come from 20 cents to 180. Stellar. Come from 10 cents, under 10 cents to 60 cents. This is strictly speculation. What would you use Cardano for, Stellar for, or XRP? Maybe there is a use for it. I don't know. It's just a fad, but it's coming into the mainstream now, and so maybe we'll start to see some less volatility as the market for it matures. But so that's Bitcoin 62.5. Where is it going? Maybe a lot higher. Could be. We don't know. Here's the proxy really for trading Bitcoin in the market, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So the question was, since January, this was, when Bitcoin was 20,000, this was at $48. Now Bitcoin has tripled, and it's at $56, up 25%. Mara, January, the stock was, when Bitcoin was 20,000, this was at 27. And now Bitcoin at 60, and it got to 56. So up $30. So, 80%. So not quite. Bitcoin tripled, and Mara, it doubled, I guess, from here. But look at this trading sideways in here. From February, Bitcoin was 40. Now it's 60, and this is less than the price, in February. It's pulled back. It's less than that. Riot, it's the same story. Look at how this is traded sideways. Went from 20 to 70, so it did take the move, but now that Bitcoin continues to be strong, these are selling off from the highs. And I think Citron, they put out a report on it, and I think they hit the nail on the head. And that is, these are the mining stocks, so they own Bitcoin. and they have assets, but it's really, these things should trade at an NAV. That was like this BITW. Bitcoin was this came on. This thing traded up to $200. I bought this at 79, and sold it at 192 like 3 days later. 4 days later, and because that was pure speculation, came back down to 40. I mean, the NAV for this was only, it's like $30 or 30. I don't know what it is right now, but let's say it's 40. Still at a big premium. And that's why it was flagging in here. Even though Bitcoin was 60,000, this continued to drift off with the strength, with Bitcoin, a lot of strength. Why? Because it was trading 3 times NAV. Now it's trading 2 times NAV. Still, at a pretty big premium. So that's why these Bitcoin stocks are not moving. You would think that with the strength of Bitcoin, they would be much, much higher. But, and you see that every morning they'd sell off. This is pretty typical. In the morning at the opening, they're strong in the pre-market from yesterday's close. But at the opening, they sell off. They have a bounce. But look, this thing just continues to trade lower. Now at 40. From 60 down 30%, 33%. Why? Because they're not trading. They're trading far above their NAV, and as markets mature, they start to come back into line. The speculation goes out of them, and they start to trade closer to their value. So that's my theory on the Bitcoin stocks. I hope that answers your question.